Welcome to My Community Voice. I am Aoife and today I have Wayne Rylands, the CEO of City of Ryde Council. Hello Wayne, how are you today?
Good, thanks Aoife.
Thank you for joining us today. I will have a couple of questions for you today. Who is Wayne Rylands?
Well, Wayne Rylands, I'm a father of three. I've got a 19-year-old daughter that's only just started university, got through her first year, very proud dad, doing primary school teaching, so very important for our future generations of leaders. My second daughter is in year 10, going into her higher school, so year 11, and again, very proud dad. And then I've got a younger son, he's just about to go from year 7 into year 8. So, live down in the Shire, so in God's country, but love travelling up to Ryde where, you know, there is lots happening. It is a place of innovation, it is a place of multiculturalism, and it's a place that's on the move.
Okay, so what are your duties and responsibilities as the CEO of City of Ryde Council?
Well, in local government, we look after a whole range of services. Everyone still sort of thinks if they're outside of local government that we're roads, rates and rubbish, but we're so much more now. We provide so many different services to our community, a lot of community services. So when we talk about Ryde being multicultural, we actually have 73 different languages spoken in the city of Ryde. So what that means is we have a very diverse community and we need to try and cater for as much of that community as we can. What that means is we need to provide the services that cater for that community. And so that means that we have a whole lot of our staff that do a whole lot of different things to make sure that those parts of our community, particularly the minority parts of those community, are looked after. So we look after a lot of services and programs in that respect. We provide a lot of community grants. We help encourage a lot of those minority groups to be part of our bigger community. We also provide a lot of services when it comes to things like aquatic centres. We provide library services. We have 5 libraries just in the city of Ryde.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, there are a lot of things. I could probably take up half a day telling you about all the things that local government does, and City of Ryde does all of those things and we do them very well.
That's great. Wayne, is there any upcoming projects that you would like to talk to us about?
Yeah, so we have some really big projects happening. A number of years ago, we had to vacate our old administration building. So at the moment, we're relocated over into the Macquarie Park area, but we're looking at going back to our home, which is at Top Ryde. And what we're looking at doing there is putting our admin building back in there, and we're also looking at building some major community facilities. So $110 million project at this point of time. That's one of our major projects. We're also doing some major work down in our Eastwood Town Centre where we have to build a new 600 space public car park. But as part of that, there's a whole lot of public domain and a new master plan for a strategic centre like Eastwood. So we're doing a lot of that sort of work. And again, if I told you about all of the major projects that we're doing, we could be here for quite some time. But we're very busy. We have around a $250 million budget that we expend every year, and that is so that we can provide the services, the programs and the projects that our community desires to give them that lifestyle that they're after.
Wayne, is there any challenges that you have faced or have been facing recently or throughout the year? Because I know that, you know, not just this year, but for the past 3 years through the pandemic, we did have, you know, we did struggle, the community struggled, we all struggled. So is there anything due to that or anything else that you've faced?
Yeah, no, look, you're right. The last 3 years have been a real struggle for everybody. The COVID situation, the way it sent us into the lockdowns, the isolation for a lot of people. Again, you know, if I go back to those minority parts of our community, it was really hard on them. But it was also hard on a lot of our staff because we're all about wanting community interaction. So when that was taken away from everybody, it had a real mental strain on us all. So, you know, that was definitely a challenge. I think that we're coming out the other end of that challenge now. So I think there's great opportunity out of what those challenges presented to us. There's a lot better technology now for how we can catch up with people. But in saying that again, I know that people love to get together. We're all about socialisation.
Yeah,
That's
definitely.
that human part of us. So those challenges have now created great opportunities for us, and I think as we move forward, those opportunities will become even greater in the way that we can get our community involved again with each other.
Who do you call when your place needs a clean, when your garden's a mess, or you need home modifications? Neat Pro Services is who you call. We offer quality services for your cleaning needs, pest control, gardening, home maintenance, and even home modifications. One call and we'll fix it all. So head to our Neat Pro Services website for more information, or give us a call and like us on Facebook to stay up to date. Because at Neat Pro, we're not just about service, we're about your satisfaction.
What is the feedback from the local community regarding the services that City of Council offers to their local community? Do you get any feedbacks? Is there anything that, obviously there'll be a lot of positive, but is there anything that worries, or is there any negative feedback that you get from the community?
Look, in the main, the feedback that we get is generally positive. The unfortunate thing, no matter what sort of business you're in, is when you tend to get negative feedback, it's the thing that unfortunately tends to get the front pages.
Unfortunately.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, sometimes you find that you're having to be reactionary because of those things. But in the main, most of the survey work that we do with our community would show that they really appreciate the types of services that we provide. If I recall the last major community survey that we did, we had something like 84% of our community had a high satisfaction with the level of services that we're providing, which, when you think about it, it is pretty amazing. So really, the thing for us is that there's always room for improvement. So we're always working with our community to see where we can improve our services. And you'll find that most local government is like that. That's what we're about. We're about our local communities. We want to get in with them, get dirty, and work out what we can do better to bring them together.
Okay, so personally myself, I have attended a couple of events that was run by the City of Ryde Council. And I think the stuff that they're trying to do for the community is great. And when I go onto your website, I see like the events and the little programs that they've put together. To some people, those programs aren't very big, but in my opinion, I think they're very important, because you're getting the community to get together. You're getting people that don't have a chance to actually go out and do certain things or learn things. They can do it through their local council and do it for free.
Yep.
So I think this is a very important thing for all councils to do. And like I said, when I go through your website, it's actually quite impressive to see all that. And I was very proud to see all that. And I think that's one of the reasons why we've invited you here, and we're very honoured to have you here, Wayne. And once again, I thank you for that. Is there anything else that you would like to discuss, or anything else that we need to, or the community needs to know?
Can I just say back the other way? So,
Yeah.
And thank you for your appreciation of particularly what our council is doing with our community, but we're also very good at facilitating into a lot of community groups like your own, with what you can do for our community. So what we also are very good at is joining people into community groups that can help, where they can help their own communities as well. So I find that that's a big part of what we can do as well. And I think it's places like my community voice that can help get those messages out.
Yes, definitely.
So it's these sorts of relationships and partnerships that help to make local government a really good place to be in, because we can reach out to organisations like your own and leverage off what it is that you can bring to the table to help a lot of those minority community groups.
Yep, excellent. Thank you, Wayne. That means a lot, because I find, so our main purpose is that especially through the pandemic, we've come across where a lot of multicultural, diverse community, the diverse community didn't have the option or the facility to be able to get the information that they need, because, English is their second language, or they don't know what their rights are. So through, COVID and through the pandemic, we did our best to relay information that was going to help them, in health, in a broad range. And for you to support us and for you to be here is, like I said, it's a big support for us because the multicultural community is growing, but there's a lot of information that they can't get to. Once again, like my community voice can, come together with City of Ryde, and vice versa. What we can do for you and what you can do us, and our aim is the same: is to help the community. So once again, I thank you for joining us and for being here and sparing your time. I know that being the CEO, you have a lot on your plate. And thank you for coming and joining us.
It's been my pleasure, and thank you very much for the invite.
Thank you, Wayne. Thanks for tuning in to our interview with Wayne. Do not forget to subscribe to our social media platforms. See you next time.